Alright? What a piece of sitting here. Miss Rhoda, me ask all over the world. Good evening to you, labor rights, and a yes for nice. We didn't have to be a labor rights. Show labor rights. Sometimes we not even say Southwest Central, we just cut it short and say, man. And I am the big man in a million. Try style. Hold on. But here labor rights, we don't do flag war. And we don't do billboard war. When it here come a one way to go. Mainland. Following on something that MP Crawford said, and something we say about me, and something we say about you. But who a minister from who and a minister, let me tell you something. The most important appointment to us is when the people elect us. And when we are ministers of the people's hearts. That's what matters. MP, Xavier Main, Mainland.
There's one thing I know, labor rights. I can feel it. That Northwest Clarendon is ready for our Newbie as your next member of Parliament. The chairman has said it, but I have to repeat it. Because tonight I am here, not just as the chairman of your council, not just as member of parliament for the adjoining constituency of Southwestern Central, but labor rights up to the last general election, Warren Newbie was my campaign manager as a constituent of Southwestern Central. So speakers would have spoken about Warren and his involvement in Generation 2000, of which all of us came to that. But I want you to know tonight that Warren Newbie is my friend and he is my brother. I have known Warren Newbie for more than 30 years. We went to school together, we played together, we cook and we ate out of the same pot together, and we have fought many political battles together. And as it was in the beginning in southwestern St. Anna, so shall it be in northwestern Caribbean. Know that Warren Newbie is on the ground. I want to tell you, we have walked hills and valleys. He has been with me through my high times and my low times. He has been there with me through successes and failure. And northwestern Caribbean, I want you to know, I want you to believe me, that you have struck gold when you have Warren Newbie as your member of parliament candidate. He is a sharp man. He's a brilliant man. He's a hard worker. He's a committed worker. He's an honest man. He has connections. And most of all, he loves people. And Levites, if you think he's joking up, last year this time there was a man who walked out the place, said that he can't wait for election call because he shows him a go to parliament. You see him on a tweet side, him say boy he can't wait to go back to parliament. You see him at Reaches, you see him at Town, and you see him at Frankfield, him up at Spallings, him say he can't wait for election call until he can't wait for election call for him go back to parliament. But Laborites, know that we have a new sheriff in Frankfield. I want to ask you, have you seen Richard Azan? Man get nervous because he know what time it is. So Laborites, I want you to know that your government is working for you. And your party, under the leadership of Andrew Michael Owens, has set a new standard for political representations in constituency. Now some constituency knows what it is to get their fair share of government budget. Now some constituencies know what it is to have a good member of parliament that is working in the interests of the people. And I want to say to you that all of this is because of our leader. When Andrew Wallace send you into a constituency, he not send you go to the farm fool. He send you go to go work and do the people's business. And guess what? If you now work, he not going to remove you. So now to Clarendon, you can imagine me still a wonder, how could the PNP be still backing on Richard Azan? I want to say to Mark Gordon and the People's National Party to offer Richard Azan one more time in this constituency is a disrespect to the people of Northwest Clarendon. This is a man who became member of parliament in October 2002. And after one term, the people would check him because they say they do no work. And he come and he beg and the people give him back another chance in 2011. And after 2 terms of doing nothing, the people them say, no, we can't bother with you. So after many times of trying him, and he has failed, Mark Gordon and the People's National Party is now seeking to impose Richard Hassan on the people of Northwestern Clarendon. I want to say to you, you have to send them the strongest message, and when they got send the signal, I want you to reject Richard Hassan and elect Warren Newbie as your next member of parliament. And I really wish Warren was here. Come here, Christopher French, wherever you're there, come here. Because we tell you something. Listen to me. Come here. Come here. Everywhere we go at Kingston, people ask me, what is happening in Southwest Town Center? Because I'm seeing the Thomas Field and Royal Pandan and Lexington Park. Like Christopher French was the People's National Party caretaker of the Alexandria Division. He ran for the PNP in the last local government election representing Alexandria. And now we have him here. So if you have any doubt what is happening in Southwest Town Center, you have Christopher French. The speaker, the chairman of the day, has said, French, they will give you 1 minute with her. And I want you to make the best use of it. Because today is a special day. It's many times Warren said to you, say, fall in line. And tonight, we are here to present you in Northwestern Clarendon as the newest member of the Jamaica Labour Party, Southwestern Center. Are you so nice? Are you so there? Are you right pathway? Let me greet everyone. Greetings. One. I have come to have so much respect for Mr. Mean. So much respect for Mr. Mean. When I made up my mind, it wasn't no hard thing because the love was shared, love was there. This morning when I got up, I said to myself, there's a lot of vision. It's no time for the mission. The mission to continue in Southwest Cape Town. The mission to continue in Jamaica. tonight because all the people there, you know, and I promise the colleagues that I'm going to behave tonight. Because everybody knows that when I talk, I always get in trouble. But I get in trouble because there's a lot of people in this country who don't like the truth. And they don't like facts. They try to win you with lies and mix up and propaganda. When you put reason to them, when you put facts to them, when you put logic to them, they can't manage that. So they get personal and they call you all kind of name and they disrespect you and they try to style you and they tell all kind of lie. But no PNP can beat labor right when it comes to facts, when it comes to truth, and when it comes to performance. Some of the arguments I hear them with the I hear them with this argument. And you know, in Jamaica, everybody is expert on anything that is in season. So when hurricane come, everybody done with a man. When football play, everybody done with their symbols. When cricket play, everybody done court the wash and this game. And the politics is no different. When politics time come, all of a sudden, everybody a politics expert. So hear the argument when the politics expert them are pushed from the other day. Them say that PNP don't care because PNP pick up some division in the parish council election last year. But you don't really have to be very bright, you know. You just need a little bit of common sense to understand certain things, you know. Labor rights, you don't hear those political experts talking about the fact that the Jamaica Labour Party with the Sheffield division and the Colorado division in Westmoreland, what we don't win in 40 years. You don't hear those political experts talking about the fact that this gentleman here, Hero Clark from Central St. James, then take every division in the constituency. The JLP win the South Spring division that we don't win in over 40 years. They don't talk about the fact that in South Carolina, Marissa decided at the time that she not going on the front line until the court case was resolved. So there was even no MP there at the time, no caretaker. And we went in with 3 of the 4 divisions and come back over the whole 4 in a South Carolina. They don't talk about the fact that next door, our area council chairman, 34 years, we never win Boroughbridge division. Southwest St. Pan bring home the Boroughbridge division. Them not talk about that. Them not talk about the fact. So we hold on to the 8 divisions on the North Coast of St. Pan. The PNP don't get not even one. They don't talk about the fact. I hear them with this word by excitement. Madam Chair, I hear them with this whole by excitement about the party chairman seat. They don't talk about the fact that retreat is a PNP division and we win it by nearly 300 votes. They don't talk about the fact that the PNP never take one division from me in Portland. They don't talk about the fact that the PNP wanted with a PNP mayor in St. Thomas. And James Robertson alone beat them in a 5 out of 6 in Western St. Thomas alone. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about the fact that in Northeast St. Catherine, where our chairperson out this evening is a member of parliament. We never win the Mountain Industry Division in 17 years. It's one person in the last 20 odd years win the Trojan Division in that seat for us. In switch and more PNP and run for them. And we beat him too. And that is the PNP's strongest division in the seat. They don't talk about the fact that here in Clarendon, Dwight Sibley's and his team, with Margie McLeod, soul rest in peace, took home the Airland Town Division, where we never win in 17 years. They don't talk about the fact that down in St. Elizabeth, we won the Ipswich Division, where we never win in 21 years. So listen to Labour rights and listen me good. As I lose year 2007, in lose year 2020, and when in lose year little more, you count with me. 1, 2, 3, 3 in a cash power. Then in one, show me.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know who to come for. I know who to want to hear. And Warren Newbie and who else? Who are the big man? Who are the big man? Who are the champion? Who? 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Alright. He's almost here. But just before we hear from the next MP, Warren Newbie, and 1 p.m. and Dr. Christopher Tufton. We want to take the journey over to Southeast Clarendon. Where there is one permanent Charles Street. Southeast Clarendon, a seat represented by former MP Rodian Spencer. A seat represented by former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hugh Lawson Sherrock. And now, the Minister of Labour and Social Security, who will retain that seat. 1 permanent Charles Street. Carry on,
No, we don't have a lot of time. But I'm so proud of Warren Newbie. So proud of what I'm seeing here tonight. That acknowledge all of our colleagues, Deputy Leader, Area Council Chair, all who are on the stage. Most importantly, every single Labourite that is here supporting Warren Newbie and the Labour Party today. Sean. We have some serious things before us. I'm going to spend my 3 minutes talking to you clearly, and I want you to listen to me. I had some time this week to walk, not only in my seat, but across some communities in our country. And I believe that there are a lot of persons, including Labourites, who understand the real change, the difference that has been made in their lives because of the better management and the better governance that has been provided to Andrew Holness in the JP government. But there are still many persons, many who were 18 and below in 2016, who don't know what it was to live under PNP. There are still many who are saying to us that they are undecided, meaning they can vote and they don't know if they're going to vote, or they can vote and they don't know who to vote for. And I want to talk directly to those persons Because the laborites who are here, you understand the mission already. But we have to ensure that if we're going to protect Jamaica, they must be on board this ship. They must be with us to make sure that they go out and vote when election is called. We need independent vote for Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness to continue the good work for this country. And when I speak to those undecided voters, to the independent, to the people who are wondering what to do, they say to me, well, Colonel, why? Why should we vote? They're not different. And let me tell you what is different. And when you hear people talk about time come for what? It must come for something that is different, but different cannot go backwards. Different cannot go towards failure. Different must be something better. And for us in Jamaica, we have seen the light. Jamaica has gone through crisis, a pandemic, the worst thing to hit the entire world. And under the Andrew Holness administration, we have come out stronger. That is different. That is better. And so to all the undecided persons who are watching, who are listening, who are wondering, what should I do? You cannot afford to stay on the fence. If you love Jamaica, which I'm sure you do, it is your responsibility to make sure you inform yourself and that you don't allow yourself to say, well, listen, I'm not my business. Me not get involved. It's like you are in a car and in a business who driving it and where it along. We have to take control of our country. So to you, the undecided voter, and when you go out on the road, you must tell them this. Different is moving the minimum wage from 6,000 to 16,000. Different is moving unemployment from up in the 20s to 3.5%, meaning that more Jamaicans are working than ever before. Different is investing in national security at a level that we have never seen before, and therefore getting results of 30% reduction in error. Different is ensuring that the poorest people in our country, the people who need our help the most, are getting the best help they've ever gotten through part. Different is taking up $1 billion of our own money, not the borrowed money, and giving it back to Jamaica to help us rebuild after a hurricane. Different is having a prime minister who has said, we don't want no Jamaican to be left behind. And wherever you are, start with the Prime Minister coming in, right? So, Laborites, I welcome warning you with let me close. But I'm just reminding you of our awesome responsibility and proud of what we have done as a party. I'm proud of the stewardship of our leader, and I'm proud of you as Laborites and the work that you continue to do. We are going to continue the work for our country. And we are going to stay focused. Warren, I'm telling you, I turned on my phone this morning and I listened to such man talking utter nonsense about the NHP. And I am embarrassed because for Jamaica, which is a strong democracy, to go forward, we have to have not just a strong Prime Minister, but a sensible opposition leader. And I must tell you, when we sit in Parliament and listen to the Governor General at the opening of Parliament, talking about all of the good things happening to Jamaica, and you have an opposition that cannot bring themselves to clap about the good things happening in your country, we have a problem. We cannot and should never allow the country to go back to failure. Go forward, move forward with progress towards the prosperity that the Holiness has given us. We are here to support Warren, and as a member of the Clarendon team, Warren, I want you to know you have our full and complete support. I know that you will take home the victory for Northwest Clarendon, and we're looking forward to all of those JLP seats coming back home. And we're going to give Robert Chin all of the support he needs to pull home Southwest Clarendon. I want to just end by telling you this one last thing. We are going to be confronting labor rights, listen to me clearly, by a lot of distraction, a lot of misleading information, a lot of confusion. You have the duty when you're on the road speaking to persons to be very clear. Don't talk down to no voter. Talk with them. Listen to them. Listen to the problems. Rectify the issues with the workers. Make sure that every single person, whether worker or voter, knows that they are valued. We cannot afford to have one person stray. We have a duty to protect Jamaica, and it is the Jamaica Labour Party under Andrew Holness that must do that. You are that team, not just us. All of us are the leaders who have to carry home that victory. Please remember that. Please support Warren Newbie, support Andrew Holness, and choose Jamaica. One love,
Labor rights. One of the best ministers of health that this country has seen is Dr. the Honorable we wondered how he managed COVID. And tonight we use this platform to salute Dr. Christopher for his management of COVID-19. Is that with the moving numbers, no that? It's all the moving numbers. When Dr. Tufton looked at the number then, the sugar, the pressure. And you have this very thing scale on parliament, you know what I mean? But when you look at the number then, Dr. Tufton said, no man, Jamaica, you need to move. So, he come in with what? Jamaica moves. So because he told us to know our numbers, and because he said Jamaica moves now, time for Jamaica to get cracking and dance and get active. We are now at a stage where we're ready to shape it to the next.
Newbie, in whom I am well pleased as Minister of Health and Wellness. This is my son and my brother. Let me get a history. I am one of the G2K executive members. I was the president of G2K many moons ago. Many came after me. Warren Newbie was my general secretary of Generation 2000. In that he did not appear yet. And he have enough now. By the way, big up his lovely wife. Give her a big shower in her beautiful husband. We'll give him all the big support. And I want to pick up all my colleagues on the platform. Too many to name. Pick up all of you. And Warren was my general secretary. And he provided absolute support. Not to me, not even to G2K, not even to the Labour Party, but to the country and the people of Jamaica.
The man is a servant of the people of Jamaica. And that's why you here are fortunate to have him. And I want you to protect him. I want you to support him. I want you to follow him. Because he's a leader who will make you proud, who will represent you and make sure you grow from strength to strength in terms of development. I am here to endorse Warren Newbie and to say that you could not find a better candidate, a better representative, and a better member of parliament when that time comes. You know what time come, people? You know what time come mean. Time come mean to elect Warren Newbie as a member of parliament, and everybody have to stand back because you know he's the best choice. I see so many of my colleagues here who are members of G2K. Some of them on the platform, some not. My friend Ian Murray was a member of our executive. He's the campaign manager now. He like publicity putting down in the audience. Where you know that, right? I don't want to pick him up. Then I see right, G2K. Who else? Anybody else here? Huh? Truly Kid Deans in the audience down there. Still working hard for the party. We are a team. We start together, we're going to continue together. And so when we come here, we don't come here just to enjoy ourselves with labor rights. We don't come here just to dance and prance. We come here to say to you that the best choice that you can make, and it's not you because I know you're going to make the choice, it's the people out there that you're going to convince after tonight. Warren Newbie is your best choice. Show them your rights. Let us hear it for Warren Newbie. I want to say a few things. And I want to say a few things from the perspective of Minister of Health and Wellness. Now I want you to listen to me carefully. Because this is serious talk. We have a serious decision to make not too long from now. And the message must be very clear, must be very simple, must be very straightforward. The average people like to talk about crisis in public health. Well, I want to talk to you about what crisis means. Because they clearly don't understand the meaning of crisis. Crisis was on November 6, 2015, when Portia Simpson Miller fired Benton Ferguson for incompetence and non-performance and appointed my good friend Horace Daly as the next Minister of Health. The country was facing a crisis at that time. It was a crisis of confidence in the Portia Simpson-led administration and in the Minister of Health of the day. She had no choice but to get rid of him to appoint another person. And guess what? I am there for the last 9+ years. The people of Jamaica still have confidence in me. And Andrew Holness as Prime Minister still have confidence in me. We don't know crisis that they had back in 2015 on November 6th. And you know, there are many other good definitions of crisis that the PNP need to understand and the Jamaican people need to appreciate. Crisis was when Shackleton Hospital was shut down and the people of Northern Carolina never had the services of a hospital until Andrew Holness took over and I as Minister of Health and Wellness, and after $300 million of expenditure, Shackleton Hospital is now open to the people of Northern Carolina. New pharmacy, new operating theater, A&E, 50 beds for inpatient care. We have solved the crisis that they created. poverty. That is crisis. But I'm not finished yet. I really want to read somebody about crisis. Because them use the word loosely as if they understand what crisis is. Crisis. Now let me talk about it. Crisis is when a Jamaican have cancer, colorectal cancer, multiple myeloma, lung cancer. In 2015, they have no support. We came, we solved that crisis through the NHF. Any Jamaican unfortunate to have those cancers can now get medication free under the National Health Fund. We solved crisis, they create crisis. I'm going to comment on this now because the people don't understand what crisis is. And they want to trick you. They lie in the morning, they lie at noon, and they lie at night to give an impression that somehow the health system is in crisis. The health system is better off today than it has ever been. We still have work to do, but this government is making more progress than any time before. Imagine, I go to Parliament, and I tell the public with data that we have spent $9.4 billion on corn. The next day, Mark Rowling go to Walama and tell the people they have $24 billion we spent on corn. Them lie in the morning, them lie at noon, and them lie at night. They don't know the difference between truth and fiction. That is the crisis, a crisis of confidence. We cannot afford them to come and to reign over this country because guess what? They will put us into more crisis. So labor rights, I support Warren Newbie. I support him because he's my friend. I support him because he's a hard worker. I support him because with Warren Newbie, Andrew Holness will get to lead this country with the support of his team for the third term to ensure that Jamaica is better off. The PNP is bad for Jamaica. The Labour Party is good for Jamaica. We solve crisis. They create crisis. Show Labour
Yes, sir.
is now the candidate and soon to be member of parliament for this constituency. Northwest Florida. So carry on the legacy of Queen and the Queen. Warren, Newbie, I want to read up your mind. But you stood by me when I needed you. You brought in several of who is on the stage here. They know themselves. They took on roles in my seat. You know, Xavier, several of them took on roles in my seat and made me member of parliament. And I work with you all at G2K in terms of helping you with funding. And I'm proud, and I'm telling you, these people who I love and who I still care for, they only want you to continue to love them the way I love them. Because it's not an easy job. Being a member of parliament and taking care of the needs of the people is not an easy job. So I beg you, please take care of him while he takes care of you in this constituency. Labor right understand that you all have to do your part to win this seat. It's not an easy job, but you all have to do your part. Show them.
Warren Newbie. You've waited all evening for Warren Newbie. And it is my pleasure, an absolute pleasure, to invite you next member of parliament. You're traveled from all over Jamaica. The entire Northwest Florida has come to witness this. We introduce Warren Newbie, former senator, former minister, G2K president, and you know the best way in which I can introduce Warren is that part of the party sons and daughters, you know, is in there because Warren Newbie represents the grassroots. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who is watching us online, whether you're here or you are abroad, please rise everyone as we welcome.
Trustee of the great Jamaica Leopard.
Mr. Michael Stern, Deputy Leader. The Honorable Edwin, Era Council Chairman. The Honorable Ministers, Dr. Christopher, Colonel Charles Jr., Robert Morgan, Minister Dunn, Minister Cockburn Flynn, Minister Senator Doug Delano, Members of Parliament, my testing, Roman Crawford. My dear friend, Mr. Jim. I don't know Mr. Jim. My colleague, member of Parliament and friend, Robert Miller, and beside him, Dwight Tilton. Councillor Paul Member. And then of course, I must introduce you to my four who are here in solid support, making it happen. This is their handiwork. I take no blame. I invite my four councillors to stand with me here at the board. I want to thank them for their tireless effort as we seek to hold Northwest Clarendon in the winning column of the Jamaica Labour Party. I want to say thank you to a number of people. I start with my wife Sasha. Those in care of my children, politics is hard. And if in fact we don't have support systems, it becomes impossible. I thank them all. Of course, my parents who are not here, but they have sent my godfather, Sergey. Come on, let us go. To my brother, Oliver, who is watching this from his hospital bed. I love you. To my friends and brothers of the NWC, of which the Deputy Speaker, Mr. Leroy Clark, is a proud member. I want to express the greatest of thank you to you all, to the workers in Northwest Ireland. The issues of rural youth and rural families. Those who have had to go to school via the route of student loans. Those who have faced the embarrassment of deregistration. Those who have started businesses that have failed but have had to bounce back. Those who have planted crops that did not come but had to get up the next day to go back to the field and plant again. We are seeking office to represent you and your interests. We seek office in Northwest Ireland because of your road and water. You want to be beyond the days of complaining about roads and asking for water in your pipes. And I am saying to you with absolute certainty, I am the man to do that. We will practice empowerment politics. Our politics is about education. It's about skills training. It's about entrepreneurship, financial literacy, health and wellness. We want to revitalize townships that are stagnant and suffering because the eyes are not able to see where these towns should go. We want to open new possibilities for Frankfield and Thompsontown and Westmoreland. We want your communities to be developed, that individually they will have their own development plans that will lock in to a much larger framework for a constituency and for a parish, and of course into the vision of the most honorable Prime Minister, Alto Boldness. We carry with us a message of personal responsibility. Too often, people want to shy away from that which they can do for themselves. Too often, people believe that every solution is of the making of the state, when in fact, so many resources are at your fingertips. So much is in you. We want to return the ownership of your lives and the development of the communities into your very care. Because you alone know it, you have felt it, you know it. And we want to be the support system
that enables you to attain these ideas. I commit to you that we will do a generational development plan involving all stakeholder agencies that we can achieve the goals of Vision 2030, a safe place to live, raise families, and do business. Laborites, we will be mindful of conduct and commit to lifting the standards of political representation from the PD captain to me as your MP. Two of them, when we walk in the communities, what we get from comrades, and now shake your hand, and now greet you. I say to you, greet all, speak to all, represent friendship in your community. This party is not about division, it is about coming together. This party is not about the put down that we hear from the platform of the People's National Party. It is about upliftment. This party is not about tribalism. It is about Jamaica. And that is why today we are saying, choose Jamaica. I want to tell you here, right? We cannot turn back to failed leadership in Northwest Clarendon in a bid to secure a brighter future. People who have served for 3 terms and have done very little to advance their cause will not likely come to do anything in a vote. What we know is that the people of Silent Hill know that the promised water scheme that will start right after they won in 2011 still have no water. I am the man to give you that water. It is time for you to understand the people in South Alston and Moravia that know that their water scheme that was started by Michael Stern was stopped the night after the election in 2011 because of the tribal politics that they practice. Know that when Newbie comes to power, it will start again. Your government will serve you. The Prime Minister has served you. His cabinet has served you well. I come to you prepared to do my utmost on your behalf. I take you to the scripture. Isaiah 58 verse 12 that says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places. Thou shalt raise up. Hold on. Thou shalt raise up the foundations of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the past. We come to you to humbly ask for your support. They spend their time hurling insults from their platform, braggadocious and haughty. I come to you not as a king, but as a servant. but we don't fear them. They have sent their Goliath, but I am your David. We will walk this journey together. I crave your prayers, your love, and your support by the grace of Almighty God. It is my duty as chairman of Northwest Canada to introduce to you a man that has achieved more as leader of this country than any other before. I introduce to you a humble man who is from poor circumstances, who has lifted himself by his bootstraps and now leads a country into its prosperity and its growth. And ready again to put it to them. Realize the most high.
You notice that I came into this very large hall with my bell. And you know that the bell is the symbol of the Jamaica Labour Party. So when the Labour Party is in session, please, the bell must be present. But you also know that when the teacher is ready for classes to resume, when the principal is ready to call back the children, the principal goes for the bell. So when we are ringing the bell, we are signaling to the nation acknowledge the great work that has been done by a young man. I say it that way because he's a younger man than I. Your next member of parliament a man of great political insight, great political knowledge, but someone who understands the struggles of the people. And someone who has dedicated his life to service. This is what he wants to do. And he has arranged his entire life in order to be of service to you. I endorse him and I recommend him highly to you. His job will not be an easy job. And at this point, as the teacher, the first lesson that this huge school hall that is gathered should learn is that the third term is never an easy undertaking. It must never be felt that the third term is an entitlement. There must be no arrogance about us. As laborites, people who believe that by the sweat of our brow we shall eat bread. People who believe in help up and not hand down. People who want to see prosperity, and people who don't look at others and envy them for what they have. But I am happy for you and I am going to work with them mind too. As laborites, we must be cognizant of the challenges we face as we seek to continue the mission of changing Jamaica for the better. Because even amongst us, there are those who are frustrated, dissatisfied, disillusioned, and will still put on a good face because when you come to a JP meeting or when you come to a JP motorcade, it's like you're on carnival. It's great fun. It's fun. But at the end of it, you do go home and you have to reflect. And then you hear, look on in your community at the roads, and you look on and you say, oh Lord, I can't stand up in my bathroom in my house and just shower. Yes, these are realities that your government and your party must address. And as
the people in charge of the government, we are responsible. And I say to you, my supporters, who are experiencing the same challenges that every other Jamaican is experiencing and complaining about, we understand. We feel it too. We respect your views. We hear your complaint. But more than that, we have demonstrated that we know how to fix it. As I am stopped routinely on tours all across Jamaica, and someone would say to me, Prime Minister, you see the road? Prime Minister, I am 70 years old now and can't carry water on the anymore. To a person, when I ask them, how long has your road been in disrepair? To a person that tell me, some would say, from the idea. Some would say, more than 20 years now. Some would say, why do I remember us so long? These conditions have been with us for a very long time.
Not chance of prosperity. Not chance of prosperity.
These conditions have been with us for a very long time. Indeed, many of these conditions that we now face in our local communities with road and water have been with us from the 90s, as far back as that. And the question must be asked, why have these roads not been repaired? Why have we not had the water in the communities that have not had water since they were established? Is it that the government before just didn't care? Many promises were made that we would get water here and this road was going to be fixed, and it wasn't done. Was it that they were taking us for fools? There may be some truth in that. But I want all of you here tonight to understand that asphalt don't fall from the sky. And even though water falls from the sky, you still have to build a catchment and put in pipe and pump. The reason why I'm saying this is that you may very well be asking, so what have you been doing for 9 years? When we took over this country, to run it properly. Our economy was on the brink. All of you pay attention to this little fact that I'm going to say to you now. Our country owed 130% of what we produce in any 1 year. So if all of us here take everything we produce, the cocoa, the Irish potato, I met a youngster, he told me that he has a pig rate and he's doing very well. If we took all of the pigs that he was raising, everything we produce, and we said we're going to pay off Jamaica's debt, we would still owe about 30% of the debt. So that means that after we pay debt, we pay teacher, police, we pay hospital and school, there is very little left. Today, if we take everything we produce, I would say we are going to pay off the debt. Today, we can pay off the debt and still have 32% left. So that amount that is now left for us to spend, that value, what are we doing with it? One thing we have been doing is investing in our hospitals. Minister Tufton can tell you that for almost 30 years, not one new hospital was built in Jamaica. When the Canadians gave us the hospital in Montego Bay, the Cornwall Regional Hospital, as a gift to us in the 1960s, that hospital has never been refurbished or maintained. It is this government, because we feel so big number, decided to go and take on that over 50-year-old building that has never been maintained to improve it. It is this government that is putting on a new wing at the Spanish Town Hospital, a hospital that was built 75 years before. How many say you want to tell them all that you want to do that? What we are going to do at Newbie, the new hospital that we are building right side, the hospital in Montego Bay, Cornwall Regional, the new children's hospital that we are building there, the expansion and refurbishing work that we are doing at Bustamante, and all of the clinics that we are upgrading and building. We have expanded access to drugs, putting on new diseases and new drugs so that people can get access. There are still a whole lot of complaints about them. But it's a matter now of perspective. Jamaica's health system is not perfect. And if you compare it to perfection, it has a lot to do. But if you compare it to what it was before, to what it is today, you will also see that this administration has done quite a bit to improve healthcare in this country. So we are under no illusions that we still have a lot of work to do in healthcare. Not just on infrastructure, but also on the quality of service. Because that is where the greatest complaints come. We must put back the care in healthcare. And Minister Tufton, he understands what the mission is. He's a very strategic person, very competent person, and I don't think that anybody else has a better minister than to offer, and therefore I continue to endorse and support my minister to continue the mission of changing Jamaica's healthcare for the better. What have we been doing with the gains that we have made, the dividends that we have gotten from managing the economy? We have spent $90 billion approximately on national security. There was a time when people would believe that murders would be cut by 50% in Jamaica. No! There was a time when people just gave up and said, this is how it is. In fact, in a debate in Parliament, a member of the opposition offered that there is no emergency. The situation of murders does not form an emergency, because that is how it has always been in our free and democratic society. I have never subscribed to that. I don't believe that our country should have a murder rate of 1,300, 1,600. No! That is not us. The high murder rate is un-Jamaican. You can't develop a country if the country is not at peace. If a man step on it for the first thing you drop your knife. You see a man have a supermarket at a corner, you plan to go rob him? You form gang to extort? No. Worse, you see the man are rearing goats, and when you got in bed, you want thief in goat, pray that last thing. No! And that is why your government invested heavily in the capabilities of the security forces, and we have been able to bring murders down. Not 1 year, not 2 years, we're going now into the 3rd year. Remember, in 2023, we brought down the murder rate by 8%. In 2024, we brought it down by 19%. And right now in 2025, we are at 44% less murder. But Jamaica is steadily moving towards a more peaceful, safer society. But if you compare it to perfection, we still have a long way to go. And we agree, we know, and we're working towards perfection. But if you compare it to where we were and where we are coming from, you will see that this government has done an amazing job in improving citizen security and safety in this country. When you look at our roads, you can divide up the roads into two. Highway, main road, local roads, parish council Park Road and Estate Roads. It is said that the road to development begins with a road. If you want to develop the country, you must build roads. So our commitment is to build roads, but you have to be strategic. So you have to build roads that give connectivity. So we have built major highways. There is no other government that has built highways than we have built. None. And those highways give us connectivity around the island. It means you can now get from Kingston to Montego Bay in a short period of time. You can get from Kingston to Mandeville in a short period of time. You can get from Kingston to Port Antonio in a short period of time. You take the new coastal highway through St. Thomas. And we are building bypasses and other main road infrastructure that will cause our economy to grow even faster. Now, we have taken some of the good dividends from our management of the economy, and we have allocated $45 billion towards your roads. And that is called the SPARK program. We have allocated an additional, over the last 2 years, $6 billion on a program called REACH to maintain, patch, and repair some of our roads. So as I drove on one of your main roads today, from Council Town up to Chapel Hill, a youngster came up to me and he said, Prime Minister, I wanted to fix a road. A youngster. So it tells you that the road weighs on the minds of the people in the community. They want their roads repaired. And I stand here today and I tell you, I don't like to make empty promises. I make commitments. And if it can't work, then I come back here and I tell you, it can't work. But as I stand here today, I know that that road is on our REACH program to be repaired in a substantial way. That will give you some relief. And I also know that there are 10 major roads in this constituency that will be repaired under the SPARK program. 2 of which will start next month. It is our intention to continue with the SPARK program to ensure that all your major roads within your constituency are repaired to a standard that you can be proud of. I get too many complaints about people driving, dropping pothole, tire, front end. In today's world, every Jamaican deserves to have good roads in their community. And we have started to address that in this term, and we will address it in our next term in office as well. We are the ones who are creating. It is this administration that has created the wherewithal, the ability to address the road situation. Now let me just tell you the difference. One politician will stand up and say, Jamaica will be pothole free by 2003. Remember that? And in 2025, we still have the potholes to do. Why roads have become such a major issue? Do you know that the number of vehicles in Jamaica since 2016 have increased 70,000 vehicles? Well, it is really no news. Say to you tonight, this consider carefully. Of the two political parties, which one has been changing Jamaica for the better? Which one has taken on the difficult, intractable things and have made real progress in them? If this election is about change, then it is the Jamaica Labour Party that is the party of change. It is the Jamaica Labour, classified by some as a hopeless case, to now be the country that is used as the textbook case study of how to rescue, recover, and grow an economy. We have changed Jamaica's economy. If this election is about change, then we are the party that has changed Jamaica from being seen as a murder-ridden country to a country that now has the best security apparatus in the region, and it has us access to. It is our peers and colleagues that have recognized the work and investment that has been made in our security forces. We have changed the security architecture for Jamaica for the better. And if we talk about change, when we took over the country, unemployment was as high as 38%. Today, unemployment is 3.5%. So if you're talking about change, it is the Jamaica Labour Party that has changed the opportunities for young Jamaicans to be employed for the better. Between 2012 and 2015, the previous government collected $34 billion in taxes to fund budget. Additional 34. As of today, we have put in place 10 budgets for which you have not been asked to pay any net new taxes. We have changed the way in which our country is. Jamaica has changed for the better. So if this election is about change, then the Jamaica Labour Party is the party to choose. And so, our slogan, our theme, our ask is quite simple. We are a democracy. You have freedom to choose. Don't choose randomly.